All right, let's jump right into a story of pure, unadulterated revenge. We're talking about a tale fueled by a son's grief and a king's almost unimaginable power. And this isn't just a war story. Oh no, this is about a ritual so massive, so terrifying, it was designed to literally wipe an entire species off the map. You know, the whole thing really boils down to this one single, chilling statement from King Janamejaya himself. I want to burn the serpent just as he did my father. I mean, wow, that one line sets the stage for everything. It's not just a promise, it's a vow. Fire for fire. This isn't about politics or land, this is a straight-up blood feud. So let's meet our main guy. We're talking about King Janamejaya, and he's not just any king. He is a powerhouse, a real tiger from the legendary Bharata lineage. And all of his immense power, all of his rage is focused on one single target, a serpent named Takshaka. Why? Because Takshaka is the one who killed his father. So Janamajaya's goal here isn't just justice, it's total annihilation. The first thing he does, he calls in his chief priest and all his top advisors. They're called the Ritviks. And he has just one question for them, a question that's just burning in his mind. He asks, how do I do it? How can I throw not just Takshaka, but his entire family, his entire species, into a raging fire? And that question, well, that leads us to the king's plan for revenge. And believe me, this isn't going to be some simple battle with swords and arrows. No, he's looking for something way bigger, something ancient, something powerful, and honestly, something terrifyingly final. He's thinking of a grand ritual sacrifice. So his priests, they have an answer, a specific ritual called the Sarpa Yagna. And get this isn't just any sacrifice. It's the sacrifice for this exact purpose. It's this almost magical, world-bending ritual straight from the ancient Puranas that was literally designed to do one thing: pull every single serpent out of hiding no matter where they are and drag them into a giant sacred fire. And the king's chief priest, he doubles down on just how powerful this is. He tells Janamejaya, look, this yagna, it was created by the devas, by the gods themselves. And this just shows you the sheer weight of this moment. The priests are convinced that Janamejaya is the only king in the entire world with enough power to actually pull this thing off. So, just imagine how the king feels hearing this. He finds out that this ultimate weapon of revenge exists, and that he's supposedly the only one destined to use it. He's absolutely exhilarated. I mean, in his mind, it's already over. Takshaka is already burnt to a crisp. So he doesn't waste a single second. He just turns to them and commands, let's do it. Prepare for the Sarpa Yagna. And just like that, with the king's command, the preparations begin. And you've got to understand, a ritual on this scale, it's a monumental task. It takes meticulous planning, sacred rites, and just a massive amount of effort. It really shows you just how deep the king's commitment to this fiery vow really is. The whole process is just so methodical, so grand. First, they consult with the expert priests, the Ritviks. Then, they go out and meticulously measure the sacred land for the sacrificial hall, the yagnashala. Every single detail has to be perfect. They build this huge, grand platform, covering it with jewels and all sorts of auspicious items. And then, the final step. The high priests, the Brahmanas, they officially install Janamejaya. He is now the sacrificer, and his journey has begun. But right then, just as the fires are about to be lit, just when the king's revenge feels like it's finally within his grasp, something happens. A shadow of doubt falls over the whole thing. It's a moment of pure drama and some seriously chilling foreshadowing. And this warning, it comes from a really unexpected place. It's not one of the priests. It's a professional builder, a Suta. Now, this guy is an expert at his job, a master of laying foundations. But here's the twist. He's also described as a master of the Puranas. So he doesn't just know construction, he knows the ancient stories, he can read the signs, he understands the omens. And right there, that's the central conflict, isn't it? It's like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. On one side, you've got the king's sheer force of will, fueled by all this grief, and he's demanding nothing less than total destruction. And on the other side, the builder's chilling prophecy. He flat out declares that the sacrifice is going to fail. And here's the real kicker. He says a Brahmana, one of the very priests running the show, is going to be the one to stop it. So what do you do if you're a king and you hear a prophecy that threatens your ultimate revenge? Well, you try to bend destiny to your will. The second Janamejaya hears this warning. He gives a strict, ironclad order to his guards. Nobody, absolutely nobody, gets into these sacrificial grounds without my personal permission. He's determined to stop this prophecy from ever coming true. And that's where we'll leave it for now. The whole stage is set, right? The fires of vengeance are ready to roar to life, and the gates had been barred to try and keep fate out. But it just leaves you wondering, doesn't it? Can the will of a king, even one this powerful, really go up against destiny and win?